Hello everyone, welcome to the 200 Q&A practice. We're going to start out with a more basic transcript, and plaintiff will be questioning, and we're almost done with this one, so we'll finish this up and then move on to another one, okay? All right, here we go. Ready? Nothing further. Can I ask just one last question real quick? Sure. You said this morning, this transcript put something or did something to you that was bad for your back. If I use the word ultrasound, does that sound familiar as to what he was doing to you? That sounds familiar, yes. Did he put a jelly or a gel on your back when he used the whatever machine? Yes. And then the other question I have is, when Dr. Carney examined you, did he ever take x-rays of you that you remember? No, I don't believe so. I don't have anything else. We'll close off this deposition. We'll stipulate to relieve the reporter of her duties under the code, and the original transcript will be mailed to plaintiff's attorney's office to be maintained by him under his custodian and control. He will forward the original transcript to Heather Campbell, care of her guardian, Pamela Campbell, to be read and reviewed, make any corrections thereto within 30 days, and then notify plaintiff's attorney of any and all corrections. He'll thereafter maintain the original in his office and notify my office of any modifications or corrections. That transcript will be signed under penalty of perjury within that period of time. If the original is not available at the time of trial or arbitration for any other means, an unsigned certified copy may be used for all other intents and purposes, and will make it available for any other proceedings wherein it might be required, and I will stipulate. So stipulated. Okay, so I'll switch over transcripts. Okay, here we go. Would you state your full name, please? Judy Ann Rams. Are you married at the present time? Yes. And what is your husband's name? His name is Nicholas Rams. And where do you reside at the present time? 9684 Kismal in Yucca Valley. And how long have you lived at that address approximately? About 10 months. And approximately how long have you been married to Nicholas Rams? For about 9 years. What is his occupation? General contractor. Are you employed outside of the home at the present time? No, I'm not. Have you been employed outside of the home since the date of this accident we are concerned with here today, which was November the 13th, 2012? 2012. No, I have not. You were employed at that time, I believe, were you not, by the telephone company? No, by Southern California Edison. I'm sorry, Southern California Edison. What is your present age? 41. And as I recall, you were born in the state of Pennsylvania? Yes. How long have you resided in California? 38 years. And for most of the time that you have resided in California, has that been in the Yucca Valley area? No. How long have you been in Yucca Valley area? For about 5 years. 5 years. What part of California did you live in prior to coming to Yucca Valley? Palm Desert. Have you resided in Southern California for at least 20 of that 38 years? Yes, I was raised in Hollywood and moved to Palm Desert. Are there any children arising out of your marriage to Mr. Rams? No. What was your maiden name? It was Naft, N-A-F-T. And prior to being married to Mr. Rams, were there any other marriages? Yes, I was married to William Brock, B-R-O-C-K. And how did that marriage terminate? Divorce. Approximately when? 2003. Do you know where Mr. Brock resides at the present time? Somewhere in Texas. Was the divorce in Texas? Pardon me? Was the divorce in Texas? No, it was here. Were there any children arising out of that marriage? 3. Do you have custody of those children? Yes. How old are they? My oldest is 21, 18, 17. Are they all residing with you at the present time? No, my oldest isn't, and I have a 10-year-old. Is that from your marriage to Mr. Brock? No, that's from my husband's marriage. I see. What is the highest grade you attended in high school or in any school? I graduated from college with an AA. And did you have any major field? Law enforcement. Have you ever been employed in law enforcement? I worked for the Indio Police Department for a while. How long were you with them? About a year and a half. And excuse me? I'm sorry, I worked for the marshal's office too. In Indio? No, it was in Palm Springs, but it was the county of Riverside. Is that as a courtroom marshal or service marshal? The thing was titled Deputy Marshal Clerk 2. We were sworn in as a marshal. When you were with the NDO Police Department, what were your duties there? Communications operator. After you were hired by the NDO Police Department, did you attend any kind of police academy? I attended a school sheriff's, Riverside County Sheriff's Academy. Yes, but it was a short course. It was directly primarily toward communications work. Is that a yes? Yes, I'm sorry. Why did you leave the police department? My husband got a job that was sending him to school in Oklahoma, and it would be too hard on the children for me to be working away from the home at that time. Did you move to Oklahoma yourself at that time? No. Just your husband? Yes? Yes. Where were you employed by the Southern California Edison Company? Yucca Valley. And what did you do for them there? My position was Customer Service Representative 4. Grade 4? Yes. Roman 4? Roman 4, yes. And what did your duties consist of? The majority of it was handling people's bills, whether it was payments or complaints. Was this they bring the bills in and they actually pay the bills, and we would make change or take the checks in or take a credit card payment, whatever. And any complaints they had, we had to handle those too. In other words, you are somewhat similar to a bank then, standing at a window, opening or counter and handling people personally. Right. Was that primarily stand-up work? No, it was sit down at that time. High stools? No, short. Very little windows probably? Yes, they've remodeled since then. How long were you employed by Southern California Edison? It was almost 2 years the day of the accident. Okay, so I'm just going to switch transcripts. All right. Where did you go? I just stood up and I stood against the wall. What did your father do? He got up and he just started running around and looked like he ran upstairs, and my mother was in my room with my sister, and he looked like he had something in his hand, looked like a gun, and my mom ran out and he ran out of the door. What did you do after he ran out of the door? Well, I got real scared and my sister came in and I told her, you go back in your room, and my mother came out and he came back in again. Did you see your father when he came back in? Yes. Did he have anything in his hand? No. Did you see what he did after he came back into the house? Yes. What did you see him do? He said, I can't stand it any longer, and he said, there he is again. He is not going to ruin my life or yours. And he ran up to the picture that I had painted and he hit it. Is that a picture of a cat? Yes. After he hit the picture of the cat, then what happened? He just started crying over it. He just was kind of saying, why is he in our lives? He just mumbled. He kept trying to mumble words. After you saw your father with the cat, did you have any conversation with him? No, not that I recall. Then after that, what did you do? I was just standing around in there, just thinking of what I could do to help. Did you see your mother do anything? She just kept trying to talk to him and trying to get him in the room to lay down and calm down, try to go to sleep. Did he go into the room and go to sleep? No. Do you know what he did? No, I don't. Did he stay in the house? For a while, and then, he got real scared and said, that devil is in here again. So he ran back upstairs and you could hear him pounding, grabbing, moving boxes and stuff. Looked like he come down the stairs, he grabbed his big gun. Did you see him with anything else? Some straps or something over his shoulders. Then he just ran out the door. My mom said before he had left, we better hurry up and get out of here. Something might happen to us or your dad. And what did you and your mother do? My mom and I and my sister, we got dressed and we were trying to get my little sister calmed down, get her dressed so we could leave. And my mom wrote a note and we checked out, turned off the lights and locked the doors and stuff, and then we left. Was your little sister up during this time? Yes. Did she see what was going on? No. Did you see your mother write the note? Yes. What happened after your mom had written the note? She just said, I hope he comes home and just goes to sleep. Now, during all of this time that all of these things were happening around the house, was your mother and father saying anything to each other? Not that I recall. Did you hear your father hollering at your mother? No, sir. Was your mom hollering at your father? No, sir. Did you and your mom then leave the house? Yes. And was your sister with you? Yes. Do you recall where you drove to? To my grandfather's. I have nothing further. Counsel? Okay, that concludes our Q&A practice for the 200 class. Have a great day.